Hello and welcome. You're watching News 18 Global and I'm Poonam Burde. Prince Harry is all set to take to the witness stand as his years-long battle against Britain's tabloids reaches its most dramatic stage. With this, he will become the first British royal to testify in court in 130 years. Now, this appearance of a British royal in a witness box will be exceptionally rare, which is why it's not just the United Kingdom that is watching out, but the entire world is looking forward to what is going to happen. Remember, in this case, Prince Harry and several other celebrities have accusing it of committing many illegal activities, including a breach of their privacy and a phone tapping. The trial, remember, started on the 10th of May. It's expected to last for at least 7 weeks. MGN is contesting most of the allegations, arguing in court filings that some claims have been brought too late or that in all 4 cases there is insufficient evidence of phone hacking. Take a look at all that's transpired in this particular saga.
Prince Harry is set to testify at the High Court in London as part of his lawsuit against Mirror Group newspapers. Harry and more than 100 other people are suing Mirror Group, accusing them of widespread unlawful activities, including phone hacking, between 1991 and 2011. The newspaper group is contesting the claims. So what makes this case different, and what are the risks? Prince Harry's appearance in court is likely to attract worldwide attention. David Yelland is a former editor of the tabloid The Sun, which Harry is also suing.
These kind of cases are often a case of mutually assured destruction, to be quite honest. I don't think anyone will get out looking great, which is why so many people try to avoid being there in the first place. It's something that most senior members of the royal family have strived to get nowhere near for a long time, because you immediately lose control over the situation and you're on oath.
When Harry takes the stand, he'll become the first British royal to appear in the witness box since the 1890s. It'll be the first time a senior royal has given evidence since Edward VII testified as a witness in part of a divorce case in 1870 and 20 years later in a slander trial over a card game, both before he became king. Harry, the fifth in line to the throne, has barely been out of the headlines in the last 6 months as his legal war on the release of his memoir and a Netflix documentary series in which he accused other senior royals of colluding with the tabloids.
And it's hard to escape the notion that he's using the courts because he knows that when he's in the witness box, he will be believed. You know, it is the ultimate interview, to be interviewed by a prosecutor, cross-examined by a hostile barrister.
This case is one of 4 that Harry is currently pursuing at the High Court against British newspapers.
My colleague Sanjay Suri joining us from London to get us the very latest. Now, Sanjay, Prince Harry is the first British royal to ever give evidence in court in over a century. So the royal family is going to be keenly watching. But what are we expecting when he does enter the courtroom, when that hearing does begin in a few minutes?
Well, the first thing we're expecting is that he should turn up. He did not yesterday, extraordinarily as we heard, and that was the first day of a hearing in a historic case that he had brought, and he went missing on the first day, but he certainly is expected in the court a very short while from now, and this is really the critical day. On day 1, we had his counsel setting out his case, listing a series of allegations, but it is now that Prince Harry will be tested. He is due to face cross-examination, and that is likely to be very polite but very severe. This is to test his claim that this was an instance of hacking rather than information obtained through other sources. He has some concerns over intrusion and privacy, but those are not the issue here. The issue here is whether the Mirror Group obtained that information illegally. It has been argued on behalf of Prince Harry that a key journalist who reported on such instances had at least 400 meetings and interactions with a private investigator, but this case will now test the validity and the strength of that evidence that the Mirror Group is bringing to bear against Prince Harry.
Now, Sanjay, not just Prince Harry, blaming or accusing or suing these tabloids, including the Mirror Group, but he's also made several allegations against his family members, against the royal family, including his brother, Prince William. So far, have we had any reaction coming to the fore from the royal family or from the palace about this hearing that has begun?
The palace traditionally never comments on these issues. As Harry has said in his interview on the Netflix series, and as he has said in his book Spare, the palace works through insidious means, as he sees it and as he said it, with the media to plant stories. He certainly does believe that the palace did so, and that is a question that is certain to surface in this trial. There will be questions that if the Mirror Group denies hacking and Harry is not able to prove it, and that there was no phone hacking that was behind these leaks, then there is a question who then leaked the information, and the fingers will point inevitably at the palace and at people very close to him within the royal family, within the palace. And certainly the palace will be put to the test, so the palace will be watching this with some trepidation.
Absolutely. And it's not just as far as the tabloids are concerned, as far as the publishers are concerned, it's not just Prince Harry that is suing three of the Britain's most popular tabloid publishers. We've seen several other celebrities, including Liz Hurley, Hugh Grant, that have also made similar claims against these tabloids, isn't it?
Yes, and in fact, the reason that Harry's case is being heard first is that it's been put forward as a test case following agreement with a lot of these celebrities who have decided collectively, in fact, to sue the Mirror Group and other tabloids. And so this is going to be a question about the practices at the Mirror. The defense of the Mirror is that they obtained information through sources other than hacking, that the information was obtained legitimately and not illegally. And that is where they will have to prove that they did not engage in hacking. And on the other hand, the people who have brought the case against the MGN will have to prove that hacking did take place. This is a very murky zone, and on day one of the allegation that we heard on Monday, it would appear that the evidence against the Mirror that it really engaged in illegal hacking appears to be a little thin.
Whether those allegations can be proved or not, that's just a matter of time before we find out. But for the moment, Sanjay, thank you so much for getting us the latest.